Yesterday I talked about some serious things, at least they were serious to me. And today I'm going to change it up a bit and tell you a few jokes, boys and girls. Now, these are for adults only, not for children. So if you're a child, go to the fridge and get a popsicle or big nice bowl of ice cream, or get that bag of M&Ms off the cupboard or out of the cupboard and go in the backyard and go play in the sand. Now that we have you intelligent adults out there, maybe you can follow along, and I'll try to tell these properly. I'm not the best storyteller in the world, or joke teller, but I'll try. At least I try. The important thing to do is to try, and I try every day. Anyway, there was two guys in my neighborhood. There was two guys that were walking down the sidewalk in this real, posh area. And up on the hill of one of the homes, there was a nice front yard, there was a hill. And there was a dog laying on the grass on this hill, licking himself. And one of the guys turned to the other guy and said, "Gee, I wish I could do that." And the other guy said, "Well, don't you think you ought to get to know the dog first?" Think, boys and girls, think. Think. And this one is about a little girl. A little girl in elementary school. Her name was Sally. And you know how at school sometimes they have show and tell and just different things like that. But so this particular day, the teacher thought it would be fun and interesting if each of the children could come up to the head of the class and talk about their favorite Bible story. And finally, it was Sally's turn to go up, and she went up in the front of the class. She was nervous. I mean, it's scary to talk in front of a large group of people. Anyway, she said that her favorite Bible story was Jonah and the whale. And then she told about the story, about this Jonah and the whale story. And afterwards, the teacher said, "Sally, that's one of the stupidest stories I've ever heard. It's ridiculous. I'm surprised you even wanted to talk about it. Stupid." And Sally was almost, tearing up. She really felt embarrassed in front of her classmates. And this teacher was just going out of her mind. She says, "First of all, Sally, it's impossible for a whale to swallow a man. It didn't happen. It's impossible." Sally was really feeling bad, and she says, "Well, when I go to heaven, teacher, when I go to heaven, I'll ask Jonah if that really happened or not." And the teacher says, "Well, what if Jonah's not there? What if he didn't go to heaven? Then what?" And Sally says, "Well, then you ask him." Think, boys and girls, think. These aren't hard, boys and girls. Think. Think, boys and girls. Think. Think. Now, the last joke, or last story, you decide whether it's a joke or a story. It was about Forrest Gump. You know Forrest Gump. Remember Forrest Gump? This box of chocolates and all that, bull crap. Anyway, Forrest Gump died, and he went to the pearly gates. He was standing outside of heaven, where the pearly gates are, and St. Peter was there, allowing people to come in through the pearly gates into heaven. And so the gates were shut, and St. Peter said to Forrest Gump, he said, well, before you come into heaven, and I'll open these gates for you, Forrest, you have to answer 3 questions, and you have to answer each of them correctly. And if you do, I'll open up the gates of heaven for you, and you can come into heaven and enjoy heaven. But you have to answer these 3 questions first. And Forrest Gump said, okay. He says, does it have anything to do with the box of chocolates? St. Peter said, no, it doesn't. Doesn't have anything to do with chocolates at all. Now, are you ready for the questions? Forrest said, yes, I am. St. Peter says, how many days in a week start with the letter T? Forrest thought for a few minutes, and he says, 2 of them, today and tomorrow. St. Peter says, well, I've never heard that before, but I guess I'll have to give you a pass on that, Forrest. Now, this is your next question. He says, how many seconds are there in a year? Forrest Gump, he thought for a few minutes, and he said, there's 12 of them. There's 12 seconds in a year. St. Peter says, how in the heaven did you come up with that answer? Forrest says, there's January 2nd, and February 2nd, and March 2nd, and April 2nd. And St. Peter says, yeah, I guess that's true, isn't it, Forrest, huh? I guess when you look at it that way, that's true, isn't it, huh? Forrest says, sure is. And St. Peter said, this is your last question. It's a hard one, and you have to answer this correctly, Forrest. You've got 2 out of 3 so far, and if you hit this one, if you get a home run on this one, I'll open the gates for you, and you can come into heaven, okay? There's all the chocolates you've ever wanted in heaven. On the other side of this gate, you can have all the chocolates that you want for forever. St. Peter says, okay, here's the question. What is God's real name? Forrest Gump said, that's an easy one. It's Andy. St. Peter was surprised at the answer. He said, Andy, where in the world did you come up with Andy? Forrest Gump said, well, it's all through the Bible. Andy blessed the children, and he walked with them. And St. Peter says, well, I guess that's true. And he opened up the gate, and he said, go in, Forrest, run, Forrest. If you didn't think those were funny, then you've got some real psychological issues. I know I'm not the best storyteller in the world, but I know I'm better than you are. Beautiful, beautiful. What are you doing today, huh? You got all your ducks in a row? I bet you haven't thought of me today at all, have you, huh? It's okay. Most people don't think of me. My cats think of me. When I go to the store, the cute checkout girl, she thinks of me. She thinks of me when I'm there, and she thinks about me the rest of the day. But you don't think of me, do you? No, you're consumed with yourself. It's just a me day all day long with you, isn't it, huh? Have you ever thought of giving? Can you spell giving, boys and girls? You can spell take. You can spell take and selfishness. But you can't spell giving very good, can you, huh? Unless it's giving to yourself. I know you. You used to go out on Halloween and rob the sacks of candy from little innocent kids, didn't you, huh? You can't tell me you didn't do that. You used to go up behind a tree, and when the little kiddies were walking by with their Halloween sacks, you'd scare the hell out of them. They'd drop their sacks and run. And you'd pick them up, throw them in the trunk of your car, take them home, huh? A bunch of losers. You're not all losers. You know, you really are. You're not all losers. Most people that watch my videos are really nice people. I know that, and you know that, you know? You know what I wish that someone would do out there in YouTube land for me? I wish that you would make a sketch of me. A drawing, a sketch, a watercolor, paint, whatever. Whatever medium you want. Maybe you can do it in gold. Maybe you can sketch it in cryptocurrencies. I don't care. But make a sketch of me. And try to get my good side. You know, try to get my good side, you know, and don't emphasize my bad features. You know, like the lack of hair and, you know, my trick nose and my glasses, you know, that type of thing. But emphasize the good things. Here I'll post for you. But I think it'd be fun to look at sketches of me and just, you know, just have something like that. And if you do, I'll show the people in a video your sketch and tell them who you are. And I think it'd just be fun. I think it'd be fun. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to look at the sketch and it'll be some ugly person. You know, try to have some truth in it, you know. But I think it'd be fun, and if anybody out there knows how to draw or sketch, and if you want to do it, you know, that'd be great. And like I said, I'll put it on. I'll show people the sketch that you did, and we'll all have a good laugh about it, and that'll be that. But if you're talented along those lines, and if you feel like doing it, if you're bored and you feel like, you know, doing it, then do it and send it to me. And I think it'd be a lot of fun. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video now because I've got things to do, boys and girls. Last week it was Triscuits, and this week, that's right, it's the original circus animal cookies. I went down to the store and they had these on sale. These big, good-sized bags. It's a huge bag. They had these bags at 3 for $5, and I bought 3 bags. I go through a bag a day. I might have to go and see if they got any more, but these cookies. These cookies are incredible. Now I don't know what kind of animals they are. Maybe it's a hippopotamus. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know what it is, but I do know this. Wow. This looks like a camel, doesn't it? With a hump on the back. Mmm. 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 Here, I'm going to do a food review. These Circus animal cookies are the best darn animal cookies I've ever had in my life. Out of a 10-point rating, I give them a 9.99. How did they do it? How did they make such a good cookie, huh? Then they put that frosting on it and those little sprinkles. I think in Australia they call them thousand something. Those little round sprinkle things. Thousands and thousands. I can't remember what they call it. But anyway, thanks for your time. I hope you have a good day. I hope there's somebody out there that can do a sketch for me. I'm not going to pay you for it, but I will show it on the program, if you call it a program. But I'd love to have it. I know there's a lot of talented people out there, and it'd be fun. It'd be fun to see, and it'd be fun for me to collect. I like to collect things. I think it'd be a lot of fun. You know, it could be a comical thing, and you know, you could make fun of me or poke fun at me if you want, or you can make me nicer than I really am. I know I'm not the most handsome guy in the world. I know that. But anyway, see what you can do. And if you can't do it, then you're in the same boat as me, because I can't draw at all. If you want to make a cartoon out of me, then do that. I don't care. Anyway, have a great day. Talk to you later.